You're listening to Fast Facts Perio Edition. And now, here's your host, Katrina Sanders.
Hello, and welcome to Fast Facts Perio Edition. This week, I'm unpacking some Instagram drama, and I know all of you just totally leaned in for that one. This week on Instagram, I posted a question to the dental community. I wanted to know, is radiologic bone loss required in order to ethically treatment plan scaling and root planing for a patient? Now, this question had come about because I had observed a patient case in some Facebook group where a hygienist had stated they had a patient who sat in their chair. The patient had 5-millimeter pockets, and this hygienist posted some radiographic images. These radiographic images demonstrated radiologic calculus, and from there, the community started to pour. They started to share their opinions. Hygienists said things like, well, it doesn't look like there's bone loss on the x-rays, so this is a prophy case. We had some clinicians saying, it doesn't matter if the radiologic bone loss is there or not. This patient is a scaling and root planing case. And it became abundantly clear that there are some inconsistencies in what it is that we understand about radiologic bone loss and its ethical impact on treatment planning patients for scaling and root planing. So this is a 2-part series unpacking what it is that we understand about ethically treatment planning our patients for perio. So let's begin with the first and most critical layer of this, which is if you classify a patient as a periodontal patient, does this patient experience radiologic bone loss? The first answer is yes. In fact, when you look at the American Academy of Periodontology proceedings, the AAP indicates that a patient who is in stage 1 periodontitis is classified as a patient who has 15% or less radiologic bone loss. A patient in stage 2 periodontitis is classified as a patient who has anywhere between 15 to 33% radiologic bone loss. And of course, as we move into stages 3 and 4, we now classify those patients as presenting with radiologic bone loss that extends into the middle third of the root and beyond. So, put simply, yes, whether a patient is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, or stage 4, this patient will present with attachment loss, and subsequently, radiologic bone loss is an identifier or indicator of our patient presenting with periodontitis. But there's more to the story. Stay tuned and join me next week as we unpack part 2 of what it is that we understand about radiologic bone loss, its implications on diagnosing perio, and ultimately the ethics around using radiologic bone loss alone as the identifier for treatment planning perio. Tune in next week as we continue this conversation in our part 2 series. And thank you for your quest for more knowledge. This has been another episode of Fast Facts Perio Edition with Katrina Sanders. Please feel free to reach me on Instagram at theDental Hygienist or on my website, www.katrinasanders.com. Cheers.